So, you got a really busy night tonight on tap? The very thought of you cooking an elaborate dinner just drives you nuts? Yeah, I can relate to that. Let's talk about it. Back in a minute. Hey, good morning, good morning. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money, and I truly love helping people just like you save more of your own hard earned money. Keep that note in mind. Hard earned money. I don't know about you, but I like to hang on to it to do other things besides savings, maybe purchase other things. Whatever it is, I like to have that option, and by keeping more, by spending less on other things, I get to have that option. That's why I'm a frugal person. Just saying, let's talk a minute about sandwiches. Now, as you know, recently I was on that mission to not go grocery shopping for an entire month. And not only did I survive, but I actually thrive. Now, would I go past 1 month on that challenge? Honestly, no, but I wanted to see if it were truly possible. Now, I did everything from my active pantry. I didn't even touch my stockpile. This is what fascinated me the most, okay? And that's what I love the most. But I got a little secret sauce that got me through the process. Many, many nights and many, many lunches, I made sandwiches. Hello. But I discovered something on my journey, on my sandwich journey, which sounds pretty funny, that a lot of the things, a lot of the proteins that you buy today to make a sandwich, like a can of, let's say, chicken or a can of tuna, or even the pouches, to me, I don't know if it's just my imagination. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But it seems to me that some of those proteins have shrunk. The packaging has not changed, but to me, some of the proteins have shrunk since, let's say, even a couple years back. So what did I do? Survival tactics. I said, I am not going into my stockpile for any way, shape, manner, or form because I wanted to continue the challenge. So I said to myself, what does a professional sandwich maker do? Now, there's a store in the area that makes one of the most phenomenal, we call them heroes. Some people call them subs. New Yorkers call them heroes. It's just, it's just like a local thing, I suppose. But a sub sandwich, what do the professionals do? And I said to myself, like costly times, I am sure, has probably affected those kinds of businesses. So I remembered a sandwich that I had purchased about maybe a year and a half back. There was a specific one that I love because the person makes it exactly the way I like it. Okay. And it is a turkey sub, and it is made with beautiful lettuce, beautiful tomato, just the right amount of mayo, just the right amount of salt and pepper. I'm telling you now, everything I mentioned to you are basic ingredients, all the things I just mentioned. But I don't know if it's the bread, they get really, really good bread. So I'm thinking to myself, what is to stop, an everyday person to not have to go to the professional sandwich making store, especially if they have a family. Now, some of these sandwiches truly, actually, in my opinion, the specific sandwich I'm referring to from the store that I go, truly 2 to 3 people could get a meal out of those sandwiches. There is no way that I sit down to that entire sandwich at one sitting. That does not happen. Not an option. I think I would keel over from being full or explode. I just, I just cannot eat a sandwich that size. So what I do end up doing, honestly and truly, is I take something like that and I divide it up a couple of ways. So here's an idea just for those times that, let's say, a person did buy a large sandwich and they are a family of one or two, you could most definitely split those sandwiches in half. And that way, if you think about it, you're cutting the cost that you laid out for that sandwich in half. But here's an even better trick. Learn how to make your own similar sandwiches. Is it going to be exactly like the bought outside sandwich? Not necessarily. It might be even better. You may surprise yourself. There are a lot of talented folks out there, e.g., you, listening to this broadcast. And you say to yourself, well, you know what? Janet is making me think about how do you make a sandwich? Do you like sandwiches? To me, sandwiches are a real saving grace, especially during hard times. And when I was doing that challenge, I was determined. I am not going into my stockpile. I am not going to get some groceries. I want to see how I survive this month. So it's funny how necessity is the mother of invention. Not that I never ever made a sandwich before. A huge influencer to myself regarding sandwiches is Rhoda Stone. If you have never gone to the Rhoda Stone channel, please check her out. She has taught me many, many money saving tricks and tips, and many of us many money saving tips and tricks over the years. She's been around on YouTube quite a while. However, I never heard of her until one of my followers, one of my viewers, pointed her out to me 4.5 years ago. I had just started the channel, maybe a month into my starting the channel. Someone said, do you know Rhoda Stone? I said, I never heard of that channel, but I immediately saw one video, just one video alone, and I have never left that channel. We're going on almost 5 years of my viewing the Rhoda Stone channel. But one of the things that I remember Rhoda doing, and it never ever left me, she reminded the folks about the importance of enjoying a sandwich as a meal. Sandwiches make a great meal. Now, if you have a family of two and beyond, you could get a couple of those hero breads. They're relatively expensive. Excuse me rather. They are relatively inexpensive. Hello. I just had a half a cup of coffee. I definitely need the remainder of it. They are relatively inexpensive when it comes to making a delicious meal. So what you do, just think about the professional sandwich that I mentioned at the top of the show. Follow the rules. Now, here's what they do. They plump up their sandwiches. I mean, if you enjoy lettuce and tomato, great. I happen to like it. But what I do sometimes, it all depends. Sometimes when I get those outside sandwiches, which is not often, I tell them turkey and not three-quarters of lettuce. Okay. They laugh and they know what I'm talking about because I know a deli man who knows all the tips and tricks in that department. But that's another show. But what they do with their lettuce, they don't just put heavy fat leaves on the lettuce. Have you not noticed in some places it is shredded? The lettuce is shredded. It looks almost like paper shreds. But that is a fast, easy way. Some people put shredded lettuce. Some people put, cut up circles of onion, fresh onion on it, and tomato. I like the flavor of the onion on the sandwich, personally speaking, but I do not like to bite into a raw onion on my sandwich. Some people love it. That's great. Whatever you like. And another trick that they do, if you like it, some people take, let's say, like Italian dressing. They just put a couple of drops on the top of the sandwich and then whatever spread or condiment that you like, or some people omit that altogether. Find ways of plumping up your sandwich with your favorite ingredients or the favorite ingredients that your family truly enjoys. You can make a wonderful entire meal just out of one sandwich. You don't have to cook, you don't have to go crazy. You could have that extra time for whatever you have to do tonight. You could even have all the ingredients chopped and ready to go in the morning and just assemble your sandwich. I like to have a freshly assembled sandwich. I personally am not a fan of keeping a sandwich laying around for hours and hours on end in the fridge. I wouldn't mind maybe up to an hour, but I don't think I like my sandwich laying in the fridge like that too long. That's just me. How do you like a sandwich? What is your favorite sandwich? Do you have any tips or tricks to plump up your sandwich? Because today, in my opinion, a lot of the expensive proteins that are a component of a delicious sandwich are shrinking. I don't know. could be me. There you go. Make your own homemade sandwich. Save time, money, effort, and energy. Hey, listen, while you're at it, I really would appreciate it if you did the following. Thanks so much for being here. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to come back tomorrow and don't forget to take care of yourself and each other. Have a great day.